Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. Welcome to today's webinar, the How and Why of SAP Solution Manager Upgrade. My name is Kaisha Gabriel, and I'm the North America Field Marketing Manager for Kellton Tech. Before we get started, let me go over a little bit of housekeeping. Should you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the Q&A section of the control panel, and we will address them at the end of the webinar. If we do not have time to respond to all of your questions live, don't worry, we will respond to them via email. This session is being recorded and will be made available to you a day or two after the webinar. We'll send it out via email to you guys. Now, I would like to introduce our speaker for today's session. I'm honored to have with me today Sai Rolla. He has over 10 years of SAP and basis experience and is a renowned expert in this area. Based on his expertise with successful, seamless SAP Solution Manager upgrades, Sai was selected by SAP to speak on this topic at Sapphire this year, and his sessions were very well received. Sai is committed to helping customers maximize their SAP solutions for continued business improvement and increased return on investment. We are so excited to have him with us today. But before I turn the presentation over to Sai, I would like to provide you with a brief corporate overview. Kellton Tech has been a pioneer of digital transformation for the past decade. We have operations in North America, Europe, and Asia. Our clients range from startups to Fortune 500 companies, with a core strength supported through our ISO 9001 certification and CMMI Level 5 compliance. Kellton Tech is 1,500 plus employees strong and is a publicly traded company. Next slide, please. Kellton Tech is a new age global IT services consulting company. We design, develop, and operate digital technologies that create new business models for our clients. We offer digital services across 5 major pillars. The first of those is digital systems. Our digital services span IoT, social, mobile, analytics, and cloud-based solutions. Digital integration provides integration services in support of your digital systems. Our systems of record offer enterprise application services across SAP, Oracle, and Microsoft solutions. Outsourced product development offers custom product development and support services. And our digital commerce and marketing delivers omnichannel e-commerce solutions focused on improving overall customer experience. And finally, our IoT-enabled platform solutions offer solutions for oil and gas and manufacturing industries. Now let me hand the presentation over to Sai, who will start our official topic discussion.
Hello everyone, this is Sai Rolla. And good morning and good afternoon. So here's a look, take a look at the agenda for today. We'll go over the SAP support backbone update, which is the critical, item at, it's like the talk of the town. Everywhere you go Sapphire, you go to any SAP events, or even, you talk to any of the SAP customers, everyone is, going gaga about this SAP support backbone update. It happened earlier, but now, the news was not out or not as widely spread as it is now. And that is the reason why we are here to talk about this. And we've, like Aisha mentioned, we've done a presentation at Sapphire, and we've been running the webinars across our customers or helping our customers be compliant with this SAP support backbone update. We'll talk more, in the coming few slides, and we'll understand what is it, what does it mean for a customer, what is the impact, and also we'll understand why and how to upgrade or update your systems depending on where you are, at this point. We'll talk about that, and also we'll talk about a customer story that where we have done this so that the customer is in line with the support backbone update. We'll also understand the security risk and compliance implications. If the upgrade or update is delayed, then what would it mean, and what can you lose in terms of SAP support. So what exactly is the SAP support backbone? It might get confusing, so let me clarify on that. SAP support backbone is nothing but the technical infrastructure that SAP has on their end so as to talk to customers via Solution Manager system or via your SAP node. If your systems are directly connecting to SAP, that means it's connecting to the SAP support backbone. It's nothing but the technical infrastructure which SAP hosts on their end. That has been updated, and this support backbone is used for the portal and support portal infrastructure, for maintenance planner where you can get updates for the system or plan updates to the system. SAP early watch alert reports if you are communicating directly, your systems are connecting directly to SAP and not to Solution Manager. If the early watch is generated from SAP, then yes, the support backbone is being used. And license administration. So this support backbone, it caters to customers worldwide and also to the partners. If your SAP support is not, or your licensing is not directly with SAP, but you have a partner, then the partner essentially connects to the support backbone. It's one or the other thing, but definitely it's the customer or the partner is connecting to the support backbone, so everyone is impacted. Support backbone update. Why did SAP do that all of a sudden? Or why was it essential to be done at SAP's end? Because the range of customers is growing, the customer base is growing. There have been technological advancements. SAP has released S/4HANA, Fiori, UI5 based technology, and so many new products. To stay in line with all those products, SAP had to do some technological advancements in their infrastructure as well. That is the reason why SAP did the support backbone update. And also to cater to, high range customers, all the volume that they are receiving from so many millions of solution manager systems across the world, they had to make sure that they are, they have the capacity to support all these customers, and also to handle the synchronous and asynchronous high volume resource consumption that comes in day in and day out. So what that essentially means is the RFC connection. If you ever logged into the system and look at your SM59, your RFC connection that you use for SAP Note or to connect to SAP to get service content updates, then you're using an RFC connection. This RFC connection will not be used henceforth. From 2020 onwards, the RFC connection will not work. It will only be a HTTPS channel. Why? Because the communication has to be secure, and RFC based communication is not as secure. So that is the reason why this is a critical piece to understand that every communication will happen only through a HTTPS channel. And the way Solution Manager would connect to SAP is via web proxy or SAP router. This is new. Web proxy, it's new. Solution Manager Support Hub has been there since 7.2 onwards, maybe SP3 or SP1 or even the lower support packs. And the SAP Parcel Box, which is used for the service content updates. If you have to download SAP notes, early watch sessions, service content updates, or the refresh the service sessions, then the parcel box is used. And the synchronous framework, when you push data from Solution Manager to SAP, the synchronous framework is used. So all of it has to be secure over HTTPS channel via a web proxy or SAP router at the customer's end, connecting directly to SAP, which again is HTTPS based. So if you see, it's URL based. It's not the same OSS 01 user RFC connection. It's apps.support.sap.com or documents, it's URL based. Okay. Having said all that, the support backbone update and why it was updated, fine. But what is of interest to me is what is the impact? If I'm a customer, then what is in it for me? Okay. The landscape management, maintenance planner, system recommendations, license management, all of this would stop working if you are still on legacy solution manager 7.0, 7.1, or even 7.2, but not on the latest patch. Then all of these components, these important features of solution manager are impacted. So so this slide is like a one pager. It tells you everything. What is impacted? What is to be done? Okay, upgrade or update before January 1st, 2020, when the new support infrastructure kicks in. You will not be able to connect or get data from SAP or push data to SAP. If you are using Focus Run, if you're a partner, if you are using Focus Run 1.0, then you have to move to Focus Run 2.0, which is an upgrade of the NetWeaver system. Solution Manager 7.2 SPS 8. You can also be on Support Pack Stack 7, but I would highly recommend Support Pack Stack 8. Why? Let's talk about it. Impacted features. Like I said, IT service management. These are also the case, if you're using Solution Manager, then what is it being used for? These are all the case studies, as well as the impacted features. IT service management. If you have incident management configured, which is now called service management, and if you want to raise a message directly to SAP, if you have that piece configured, that will not work because there's no communication. It will not work. If you have to raise a message to the internal teams, of course, that will work. But if you raise a message directly with SAP using Solution Manager, that part will not work. Landscape management. If you have to synchronize your SAP landscape with SAP so that you can get the latest patches, or if you want to open the connection using Solution Manager, it's not going to work. You can go to Marketplace and open the connection to SAP. If you have a ticket raised from the support inbox, fine. But if it is through Solution Manager, it's not going to work. The system recommendations, the periodic security updates, periodic system recommendations, all of that will not be showing up in your system anymore after end of this year. License management. If you have Solution Manager configured such that it pushes or downloads the maintenance certificates from SAP and applies it to your system, that will not work once, January 1st, 2020 onwards. That is the key. That's an important date to remember. End of 2019, all of this would stop working. Engagement and service delivery, early watch alerts, from Solution Manager to SAP or from SAP to Solution Manager, that will not work. You can have your ABAPs, your managed systems and Solution Manager talking to each other, that is fine. But if it has to communicate to SAP, no. Test suite, scope and effort analyzer, if you want to apply any support packs, enhancement packages, or things of that nature, and you want to understand the impact, that scope and effort analysis data will not be available since the communication will stop with SAP and the Solution Manager system. Additional information here I would like to mention, besides Solution Manager, if you are using SAP Note, then that will not work. Or if you want to download SAP Note via Solution Manager, that will also not work. If you have ABAP systems, those are impacted as well. Every ABAP system will be impacted because SNOTE will not work unless and until the required configuration is done. And also the remote connection between Solution Manager and SAP is definitely not going to work. So what exactly am I talking about, right? The Solution Manager versions. All I know is Solution Manager 7. Support pack stack 8 is where I want to be. If I am on Solution Manager 7.1, any support pack, may it be latest. If you're on 7.0, I don't know if anyone is, on 7.0, but if at all, for some reason you are on 7.0, definitely that's out of the game. 7.1, no connectivity to SAP. Even if you're on Solution Manager 7.2, SP1 or SP4, or, you'll not be able to connect to SAP. You're somewhat okay if you're on SP5 or SP6, but that will give you only the partial connectivity to SAP. Few things would work, few things will not work, which means, you're not fully utilizing the Solution Manager system. And a lot of manual activities are required so as to make the system, align it to the support backbone infrastructure update. Same thing with support pack 7, everything will work. However, you'll have to do manual activities. You'll have to implement nodes. You'll have to, do manual activities. Whereas if you're on support stack 8, your job is easy. Things are quite simpler. The RFC, not RFC, but the communication, the HTTP connections, whether it be type G or type H, they're all automatically created. And you don't have to worry about creating them, maintaining the right login, and information of that sort. And when you do the managed system, the Solution Manager configuration, you will have a support hub connectivity already done if you were on the previous patch. But on the new patch, you might run a task list and get things updated. What it essentially does is the communication would happen. The RFCs, the HTTPS connections are created. However, the technical user that you have to maintain, you'll have to request it to SAP, have that the technical user maintained in the HTTPS connection. That's all, in a nutshell. Solution Manager 7.2 support pack stack 8 is where, we would recommend everyone to be. Now fine, this is support backbone update it's mandatory. It's not optional. If you want to stay in line with, the support backbone update, yes, it is mandatory. If you want to receive full support from SAP as part of your licensing, as part of your engagement with SAP, then yes, Solution Manager update is required. Support pack stack 8. Let's say if at all you're on 7.2 and you need more, you're on 7.1 and you need more reasons or more motivation to move on to 7.2 besides the support backbone update, then these are some of the items. The managed systems alerting and infrastructure is enhanced with 7.2. 7.2 has powerful technical monitoring capabilities where you have one template catering to n number of systems. The dashboard styles, they are quite improved because they're all on UI5 based technology. It's all Fiori based. So SAP's unified user experience strategy starts from Solution Manager itself. Even if you're on a lower ABAP or Java versions, but with Solution Manager you get all the dashboard styles, all the important features. They all look elegant and based on UI5. And it comes with the dashboard factory where you have dashboards out of the box, which give you, let's say, system availability or change analysis. All those dashboards are out of the box, and it's very easy to customize and configure it as per your requirements. It's all available. It's not in the old, like in the previous versions, you have to design the dashboards. So if you're planning to upgrade to 7.2, then it's essential to keep in mind that 7.1 is no longer supported as of 2017. And I know very few customers are still on 7.1, but if you're one of them, then yes, make it a point that, it's good to understand that, yes, you're out of support and there is end of maintenance. Upgrade versus install decision depends on whether you want the content to be migrated. If you have solution documentation, if you have test management, those features, does it make sense to retain the content? Then yes, do an upgrade. If not, do install a fresh 7.2 installation, have managed systems configuration done. Dual stack split is required if you're planning to upgrade versus doing a fresh 7.2 installation. Parallel maintenance is required if you want to have 7.1 and 7.2 both running at the same time, and at some point you plan to switch to 7.2, then parallel maintenance has to be done. So all of this would help you decide if you want to do an upgrade or a new install. And let me talk about Solution Manager Stack 8. So until FPS 03, it's until support pack stack 3, the support pack stack 8 is nothing but feature pack stack 8, and it was released last year. And we have implemented, or we have updated the systems at our customers, and we've not seen much issues with support pack stack 8. And like I said, it has automated configuration task lists, so it's quite simpler and very good to move on to SP stack 8 instead of going to SP 6 or 7. It has support for GDPR. It gives you the ability to report on the data held for a specific user, multi-tubed, you can archive the data as well. So it lets you stay in compliance if you also have, Europe and, geographical spread. Improved features in change control management and test suite. Project management has more features comparatively, and the job management is quite enhanced in support pack stack 8. So besides Solution Manager, I also referred about the ABAP systems. With the support backbone update, the SAP Note, the way you download SAP Notes or implement SAP Notes in your ABAP systems is also going to change. If you are using SAP Note and your ABAP systems directly connect to SAP, not via Solution Manager, but directly to SAP, which is most of the cases, yes, then it's essential to understand the SAP Notes will be digitally signed, or they're already digitally signed. But as of for the next 6 months, you should be fine downloading SAP Notes and implementing. But after 2019, this will change. Since SAP wants the SAP Notes to be secure, they have digitally signed it. They will not allow the RFC connectivity. Only connection that would work is the HTTPS connection that we have talked about previously. The download services via Solution Manager, okay, fine. Provided your Solution Manager is up to date and able to connect with SAP and is in line with the support backbone update, fine. Your ABAP systems can connect to Solution Manager and get the SAP notes instead of talking directly to SAP. But I don't see a reason why that would be a good thing to do. So instead, the SAP note, there are notes to be applied, there are task lists to be configured, there are things to be done, which and even certificates to be applied that will help you connect to SAP and download the notes. So this is besides Solution Manager upgrade, SAP Note as in your ABAP systems have to be, there are certain configuration changes that have to be implemented to make it digitally enabled to digitally get the digital signs and notes from SAP. And this will affect only ABAP systems, obviously, so no need to worry if you just use Java systems. But And all of the connections that I'm talking about, HTTPS connections, technical user has to be maintained. This technical user is nothing but your OSS user. Now, how many OSS users to request? The recommendation is to have one technical user per landscape, one for ECC, one for BW, one for maybe process orchestration, if you're on a dual, not process, PI. And for Solution Manager, the recommendation is to have one technical user per Solution Manager. So across customers, we've been passing on this message, and there are customers where we have helped them upgrade their Solution Manager system. So previously it was a 7.1 to 7.2 upgrade. When the upgrade was done, fine, they had to do another patch update. Now, this customer story that I'm talking about is a customer that had 7.1, and they decided not to go for an upgrade project because there was no content that was important to be migrated. So we said, okay, we'll do a 7.2 parallel installation. We'll host it, So the customer, when we did the installation, was on support pack stack 3. And few months ago, this news about the support backbone update, since we work closely with SAP, we knew it would happen. But the support pack stack 8 was not there. It was support pack 7 or something like last year. So we didn't want to update to support pack stack 8. So we waited long enough to get to the support pack stack 8 that got released end of last year. And we did the support pack from support pack stack 3 is when we initially did the installation. We did support pack stack 3. But after that, recently we did a feature pack stack 8. To make it simpler, we can call it support pack stack 8, but SAP has changed the naming conventions and it's called feature pack stack 8. That was performed. And on top of it, we had to do an enhanced NOTE resistant version 1.2 for all the app systems. And every managed systems, including Solution Manager and every managed systems, we did a solution tools update, which is also mandatory required for this support backbone update configuration. Technical users, the strategy that we applied was have technical users per solution manager. They have only 2 solution managers. Some customers have 3 solution manager systems, dev, quality, and production, but this customer had only a non-prod and production solution manager. So 2 technical users per solution manager, 1 for each. And then for each landscape, ECC, BW, gateway, and other NetWeaver systems. So 1 technical user per landscape is what SAP recommends, and that's what we used at this customer as well. And since we were on support pack stack 8 on Solution Manager, the job was easy. It was, the automatic configuration was done using the task list instead of doing each and everything. But again, don't go by, okay, we'll go to support pack stack 8 and we'll run some task list, some automated configuration and job is done. There are things outside all of this which we would know only by experience. For example, we wanted to do the STPI update and do an enhanced NOTE assistant configuration. Then we need support pack, the spam update required is version 70. We were on 69. So those things would come only when you start applying it. It may or may not be documented very well, but now SAP has all the information out so that, there is less confusion as compared to what it was a few months or few weeks early. So this is the approach we followed. Install a Solution Manager 7.2 in parallel, have the diagnostic agents connect to the managed systems in parallel. And then we made a cutover, an immediate switch to 7.2 because we didn't want, duplicate alerts, duplicate monitoring, all of that. So we made an immediate switch to 7.2 once the systems were built. And then we reconfigured the SNMP traps to get open view messages. and the managed system configuration for each system was already there for 7.1, but we had to do it again for 7.2 system since it was a brand new installation. And the scenarios when configured one by one, we didn't jump on, okay, we want this, PI monitoring, BI monitoring, technical monitoring, everything. No, we did it in our face-to-face manner. So we started with monitoring, then with the other things, and then the business process. So key points before we jump onto the Q&A session. Install Solution Manager 7.2 fresh if you don't need the content from your legacy system, legacy Solution Manager. Do not skip the manual steps. We may think, okay, it's not so important. We can skip and apply the next note, but do not skip the manual steps in any of the notes, be it the general configuration, be it the support backbone update configuration or the SAP Note Assistant version 1.2. Do not skip the manual steps because the Solution Manager breaks. We've seen that, we've experienced that. Explore what is there in Solution Manager 7.2. Doing a patch update is one thing, but there are other things that might break. So you definitely need to have good experience with Solution Manager, or engage resources that would help you migrate or transition to support pack stack 8 on Solution Manager or on your SAP Note Assistant, your solution tools update, all of that, the certificate configuration, the secure HTTPS configuration, router, any changes needs to be done, all of that. Go with experience instead of doing just a support pack update and then other things might fail, which might hamper your Solution Manager, or your connectivity with SAP can get disrupted. And like I said, perform phase scenario configuration, and the best time to act on the SAP support backbone update is to act now, not wait until the last quarter of 2019 or wait until December 2019. It's time to do it now so that if anything breaks, you can still get support from SAP, or you can still engage partners to help you out on certain areas if they're broken because of this support pack stack updates. So with that, I think I've pretty much covered on what I wanted to achieve today, and we'll be open to take questions.
Great, that was really good information, Sai. We do have a question that was submitted on our Q&A panel, and it is from Narinder. He's asking, during upgrade from Solman 7.1 to 7.2, are there any known issues for charm functionality?
Any known issues? It depends on, how the charm was configured. If it is seamless, if it's working end-to-end is working fine, I don't think charm should get affected with the upgrade.
Okay, great. And we've also had a couple of questions that were sent in on our chat. The first is...
Yeah, before I take that, I just remembered I faced at one place I've faced issues when migrating the content or upgrading to 7.2 was the change request management and the quality gate management. There were things that were broken and I had to reconfigure. I don't remember what it is, but if more information is required, I can give specific information.
Great. I will provide you with email communications so you can send a more detailed response.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another question that's come in. Performing a new installation of 7.2, what is the earliest SP you can start with?
What was the first part, Kaish?
Performing a new installation of 7.2, what is the earliest SP that you can start with?
Okay, if you are referring to the new installation, then I would highly recommend go to Support Pack Stack 8. Remember one thing, 8 is great. I would not go to any other support pack stack. It does not make any, I don't see a reason, because one thing is being on the latest version. The other thing is the support backbone update. Not highly, it's the only way to stay in line with SAP support is to go to support pack stack 8.
Okay, great. And then we've had another question. Is SUM the only tool that is required to upgrade from 7.2 SPS to SP8?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Now, when I talk about support pack stack update or a Solution Manager 7.1 to 7.2 upgrade, all you would use is the software update manager, SUM tool. And remember with 7.2, if you're already on 7.2, then it's a dual upgrade or a dual update. Thus, there are two stacks, a ABAP stack and Java stack. If you are migrating from 7.1 to 7.2, you'll have to do a dual stack split and your system IDs would change, right? You'll have ABAP stack and Java stack. And if you are planning on updating those to support pack stack 8, then you have to do a Java stack update and a separate ABAP stack update. You cannot club both of them together. Next one.
Okay, great. Someone commented that SP9 comes out later this month. And then we had a question that says, do we need to run Solman_setup completely after the SP upgrade from 5 to 8?
Not completely, but anywhere you see it requires update. There might be some sections which are in warning. Some sections might be green. Then you can skip that. But you don't have to fully run everything. That's what I've observed when I've all the time I've been doing this. So it's not like 100% reconfiguration. It's only a few sections that would get impacted with the support pack stack update.
Okay, great. And we have one more question. Is there any impact on security roles?
A lot of content has been released in the support pack stack 8. I would definitely think, I can't comment for sure, but I would definitely think there would be a security role changes. The role names might stay the same, but the authorization objects would definitely change. Because here we are talking about more secure communication with SAP, and at the same time, even the Fiori roles or the Fiori apps will get updated. So definitely there would be new roles. Okay,
great. Those were some really great questions, and I think that's all the time that we have for questions now. If you have a question later on that you think of and would like to get a response from Sai, please feel free to email us at ask@kelltontech.com, or you can always visit our website as well at kelltontech.com. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. You have been a fantastic audience. And we look forward to talking to you in the future. Thanks so much.
Before we leave, here's the email where you can send out your questions or any queries. We are also working closely with SAP. We have resources who have been continuously looking at the updates from SAP. And also, as in when we do this customer, at the customers, we do the updates, we learn each time it's a new experience depending on whether they have implemented Charm or whether they have implemented service management. So we are getting to know more things. Besides the support pack stack update, there are things that we would know more. So we can help do a free assessment if you want to see what things would be impacted. Besides, okay, one part is the communication is impacted if you don't do the update. But if you do the update, what might be the pitfalls, what might be the challenges, or what could happen. we can help with that. And any questions, definitely we'll be glad to answer. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much, Sai. Thanks for your time today, and thank you everyone for joining us. And again, just real quick, remember we'll be sending out the recording out in the next couple of days as well. So be looking for that in your inboxes. Thanks again and have a great rest of your day.